As soon as the movie starts, a scientist named Xiao gives a locket to his father and says if the world is to be saved then my going is necessary, and Earth's rotation is decreasing day by day. The scientists believed that Earth would completely stop after the coming 8 months. Therefore, they would have to find a solution to this very soon. Otherwise, no one would even know that Earth was once a planet. Anyway, Xiao had now come on the mission, and it had been 2 months since he came here. They all tried very hard to save Earth, but it was of no use. Finally, all the scientists came to know that Earth's rotation had slowed down because of the sun. Actually, the sun's attraction towards Earth, that is the sun pulling Earth towards itself, and with the passage of time the sun's power to pull Earth towards itself kept decreasing. Therefore, now the scientists reach this decision that we have to take Earth away from this solar system itself. Meaning their mission was to put big engines on Earth and push it in one direction and take Earth far away from its sun and leave Earth around some other sun. This idea was Xiao's, so Xiao will now stay in space for as long as this mission is not completed. There was quite a lot of danger inside this mission. If even a small mistake happened, then consider Earth's pieces would be torn apart. Now, as soon as the sun would move away from Earth, then the temperature on Earth was going to drop very much. To save from this, all governments together made one government whose name was kept United Government. United Government had made underground bunkers for everyone's safety where all people could live life exactly the same way as they were living on Earth's surface. There all kinds of facilities were present for everyone. Even everyone's children could go to school, colleges. To take Earth away from the sun, big engines were made on Earth which were named Earth engines, which were pushing Earth and taking it to another solar system. Their mission was going absolutely fine, and while moving 12 years passed for them. They just had to wait 3 more years, after which their Earth would reach the 7th solar system. Now we see Xiao's son, whose name is Li. He was genius just like his father, but he hated his dad very much because his dad did not come to meet them even once in 12 years, and moreover, whenever they called, Li never picked up their call. He, like every day, woke up in his bunker, and as soon as he came out, he cut off the power of his area. And from school, he kidnapped one girl and brought her outside with him. That girl had been adopted by Li's grandpa, that is Yutong, and today they were going to the surface secretly. Since this mission started till now, Li was very excited to see the surface for the first time in his life. Now they needed a permit to go up, but Li brought his sister Eji and stole a suit without which you cannot go on the surface, meaning that suit itself is a kind of permit. Anyway, the people from whom he stole the suits were also after them, but Li and Eji stood among the soldiers going up, so those people after them did not say anything to them, because those people had also stolen those suits from the soldiers. Anyway, now checking of all of them was done, and when everything was fine, they were sent in one lift. That lift was taking them up. As they kept going up, they saw that now Earth was covered with ice because 12 years had passed since Earth moved away from the sun. Anyway, now they came on Earth's surface. As soon as they came out, they were surprised to see, because till now they had been living life under a big space engine only. They started walking on the surface. Therefore, after bumping 2-3 times, he became expert in walking. Police officers caught them and locked them in jail. Here above we see Xiao, who was going back to Earth to his father and son for the first time in 12 years. He was very happy about this, and for Xiao's bravery of staying away from his home, all crew members praised him. Xiao had one bosom friend whose name was Alfred. He was also going to Earth next month, therefore both of them were very happy. Here below, Li and Eji were sitting in jail, but to get them bailed, their grandpa came there, who was very angry on them because Li had driven their truck without their permission and had also put Eji's life in danger. But during their talk, the jail walls suddenly started breaking, and in no time a very big earthquake happened there which started destroying everything there. But Li and Eji escaped from there in time with their grandpa Yutong. There was one more boy with them who used to work for Yutong. Therefore those 4 now sat in a vehicle and started going away from that place. On the way, they saw that Earth engines were shutting down one by one. They could not understand anything why this was happening. Before they could think anything else, the commander came in front of them, who told them, "We need your truck. Actually, we are taking one energy source to put inside the Earth engine. Because of this earthquake, 1,400 Earth engines' power sources have broken. Therefore, such missions are happening in every corner of the world. We have to do this mission as soon as possible because we all are very close to Jupiter. While passing near Jupiter, earthquakes started happening because of Jupiter's attraction. These can happen again anytime. Therefore, it is necessary to put the power source as soon as possible. When the engines start again, then we will move away from Jupiter's orbit, and then there will be no danger." Therefore, now those people started going towards the Earth engine through dangerous path. But on the way again, an earthquake happened, because of which all their trucks got stuck inside the ice. Luckily, no one got much injury, but now they were stuck there. They did not even have any vehicle to go. But then the commander shot a flare gun upwards so that some help could come. The red light of flare gun told them that they were standing near a very big building. Therefore, without wasting more time, they started walking on the building. Half of their people had come up. They also had the power source, but below, Lee's grandpa and one more soldier were present who were still coming up. But the same earthquake happened again, because of which now the lift was about to fall on them. Grandpa threw himself into one room in time, but that soldier, poor guy, could not save himself. Lee and Edgy, standing above, also shed a lot of tears for Grandpa. But Lee was very angry on the commander, because of his mission Yutong was alive, whom Lee standing above was not, so they started fighting among themselves, but Lee could not defeat the commander. Therefore, he left the commander and started going back to his home. While going back, he saw one truck. Upon going inside, he also found one scientist who was very scared because he knew that Earth had come very close to Jupiter. Therefore, even if they put the power source in the Earth engines, they were still going to collide with Jupiter. But still, Lee wanted that humanity should make its last effort. No one had any idea that the situation would change so much in just one jolt. But then Lee saw that that truck was in running condition. Therefore, he brought that truck to the commander, and Lee told the commander, "Come, let's put the power source back on," which now they did the same, and in front of them, all the engines started again, and all engines started pushing Earth away from Jupiter again. But then those people saw the most terrifying scene till now. They saw all people unwillingly started accepting their death. But inside the space station above, an idea came to Shao by which Earth could still be saved. But their contact with Earth was not happening because a lot of destruction had happened on Earth. Therefore, when all people of the space station were sleeping, then Shao and his friend Alfred started coming down to Earth, but the spaceship did not let them do so. Therefore, they decided to come out of the spaceship and go into the airlock from which they could come directly on Earth. Now on the way, both of them faced a lot of difficulties, but they somehow managed to escape every time. But now Alfred became a little hasty, and in no time he collided with the rotating wheel, because of which that poor guy's suit ruptured and started leaking from everywhere, and Alfred, poor guy, died. Shao became very sad seeing this. But after controlling himself, he reached the airlock where he tried to contact Earth for the last time. But that was also of no use because the spaceship itself wanted that its contact with Earth should not happen. Therefore, the spaceship's AI closed all communication lines. Now suddenly on both Earth and Space Station 1, where it is said that we had not thought that Earth would be destroyed. United government did whatever it could till now. But it was written in Earth's fate to be destroyed. Therefore, our entire focus is on the space station. The space station's new mission will be to go to a new planet named Zarada. The space station's name is Mirai. There are 2,000 people inside Mirai. Human embryos and blind people are also present. DNA of every species of every animal is there. Everyone on Shao and had also now lost his courage, and Earth would collide with Jupiter within the next 3 hours. This scene was very dangerous and terrifying. Now what? All were accepting their death and waiting for it to come. But an idea came to Li. This was the same idea that had come to Xiao also, but because of no communication it could not reach Earth. The plan was that when Earth was about to collide with Jupiter, then we would do a very big blast in the gases forming between Jupiter and Earth, because of which Earth would go far away from Jupiter because of the blast. To do this, they had to give power of all Earth engines to one Earth engine and move out of Jupiter's orbit. Now everyone accepted Li's words and started working. Li came to that place with one companion from where power of all Earth engines was to be collected. But Li saw that that machine was now stuck. Therefore, without caring for his life, he tried to run the machine. And he managed to run that machine in time, but it became impossible for him to come out himself. But then his friend pulled him out with the help of a rope. Now the delay was only in the power cell going inside the Earth engine. Here Eji sent message to all people of Earth. She said, "We still have one last hope left. If I start explaining everything, then no one will survive. Therefore you all come to help us at Earth engine number 19 North China." After saying this, they started pushing again. But now even more people came to help them, because of which they managed to push that power cell. And now that laser initiated, which was going straight towards Jupiter. But the fate of those poor people became even worse, when that laser could not even reach near Jupiter. Now their last hope also ended. Friends, it was written in their fate to die. But Xiao, sitting in the space station, knew that he could save this world. Therefore, he took the entire fuel of the spaceship and started moving towards Jupiter. While going, his contact with Earth also happened. And he told his son, "There is no difference between you and me. You kept saving people while staying on Earth, and I stayed in space, therefore hate me or love me. You will also become like me." Hearing this for the first time today, tears came in Li's eyes for his dad. And immediately after this, Xiao's spaceship blasted inside Jupiter, because of which a very big shock wave was created which hit Earth directly and took it quite far from Jupiter, and Earth survived once again. Because of this incident, Li, poor guy, cried a lot. From that day, 3 years passed and Earth had reached near its new sun, and all people, after the ice melted on the Earth's surface, were living life comfortably. Li also now wanted to become like his father. After lots of sacrifices, this movie ends here. Thanks for your time.